Have you ever felt that chill, like you're not alone, even when you know you should be? Tonight I'll share 3 true stories from people who felt that same primal fear. These aren't campfire tales, they're real accounts, each more unsettling than the last. From a haunted hotel room, to a shadow that whispers its name, to a knock deep in the woods, these stories will make you question what's real. So turn down the lights, but don't get too comfortable. We're about to visit the places where the strange, dark, and mysterious come out to play. And after tonight, you might never ignore that feeling again. I checked into an old hotel for a business trip, room 313 at the end of a dim, creaking hallway. The place felt wrong from the start. The air was heavy, the chill bone deep. I tried to shake it off, took a hot shower, and let the steam fill the room. That's when I heard it. A faint whisper, almost lost in the rush of water. I turned off the shower. Silence. But on the fogged mirror, a word appeared. Get. My heart pounded. I hadn't touched the mirror. I backed away, but when I looked again, another word had joined the first. Out! I grabbed my bag and ran, barefoot, down the hallway, feeling something cold and unseen at my back. I burst into the lobby, breathless, and told the front desk there was someone in my room. The clerk just sighed, as if he'd heard it all before. Room 313, right? Some people say it feels occupied. He offered me another room. I refused, I just wanted out. As I left, he murmured, "She doesn't like visitors, especially not in her bathroom." I didn't ask who she was, I didn't want to know. I spent the night in my car, under the harsh lights of a gas station, jumping at every shadow. I never learned the history of room 313, but sometimes in a hotel I see the number 3 and feel that chill again. And every time I shower, I check the mirror, just in case there's a message waiting for me from the other side. My childhood home seemed normal until the shadow appeared. At first it was just flickers in the corner of my eye. Then, a tall, faceless figure of darkness, standing in my room, watching. My parents dismissed it as nightmares, but the shadow man was real to me. He wasn't afraid of the light, he just stood there, silent and still. One night, I woke to find him swaying at the foot of my bed. I was paralyzed with fear. Then a whisper, dry, raspy, right by my ear. A single word, repeated, Zozo. The name chilled me to my core. I lay there, frozen, until I finally passed out. In the morning he was gone, but the name lingered. After that his visits became rare. He'd just watch from the corner, never moving, never whispering again. Years later I found stories online about Zozo, a shadowy entity that haunted people around the world. I'd never used a Ouija board or invited anything in, but it found me anyway. I moved out at 18 and never saw the shadow again, but I've never forgotten the cold, the whisper, or the name. Some things are stranger, darker, and more mysterious than we want to believe. My friend Sarah and I loved hiking, so we set out on a remote forest trail one autumn morning. The woods were peaceful, until during lunch by a stream we heard it, 3 sharp knocks like someone rapping on a door. We froze. There were no cabins, no people, nothing but trees for miles. We tried to explain it away, a woodpecker, a branch, but the sound was too deliberate. We pressed on, nerves frayed, feeling watched. An hour later, the knocking returned, closer this time, just off the trail. We stopped, terrified. There was nothing to see, but the sense of being followed was overwhelming. We hurried through the rest of the hike, the woods growing darker, the feeling of dread never leaving us. When we finally reached the car, we locked ourselves inside, hearts pounding, staring at the tree line. We never found an explanation, we never went back. Sometimes the wilderness holds secrets, strange, dark, and mysterious. And sometimes something out there knocks, just to remind you you're not alone. The world is full of stories that defy explanation. A warning in steam, a whisper in the dark, a knock where no door exists. These tales remind us that some mysteries linger just out of sight. Which story haunted you most? Let me know in the comments. And if you have a true story, send it in. Thanks for joining me in the strange, dark, and mysterious. Like and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Until next time, keep the lights on. And remember, sometimes that feeling you're not alone is more than just a feeling.